some people do yoga, I would hone knives, and that was like my breathing, and everything would just fall right into place, and you could be in this chaotic environment and just working with that steel and hearing those noises, and just feeling everything it was like magic, and it just calmed me down. I'm Nate Bonner, I'm the head knife maker at NHB Knife Works LLC, and these are my toys, my passion, my life. Some of these guys right here, just to go through, you've got Swedish steel, it's all machine blades, and then all hand-built handles and hand-shaped, and this one's actually made out of cholla cactus. And we get into some of my favorite wood to use, which is buckeye, and then maple burl, that's probably about 90% of the wood that we use when we're doing this method of handle. And then we get into the fun stuff. This is all the custom work that I absolutely love to do, and these are the knives I really fall in love with. I spend a lot of time, with the steel, making the blade, heat treating it, refining it, polishing it, and then the handles we do for these are just exceptionally beautiful. Put the same amount of care into these guys as we do with these. It's just that this is going to be 100% made in-house, and all with my hands. It's funny, they see the anvil and they think I'm forging everything. I'm really not. I'm using this for texture work and straightening blades out. So essentially what I do is, once I have my shape, I'll draw on this maybe just loosely with a marker. We'll plasma cut this, I'll get it where I want it, and I'll start grinding. And I'll do all the work actually on my grinder. The reason I have this forge is to be able to heat treat this steel. So I'll heat it up, it's crazy hot. I just go by glow. It's sort of the old style of doing things, stand on one foot, hop around 3 times, stick it in the quench oil, create fire. That's a great part of my job is heat treating, and then to test them, I pretty much bury that knife into a 2x4. I realized one day I wanted to be a knife maker. It was sort of like, okay, let's just do this right now. And I kind of went and I bought some knife blanks and I bought some handle material. I borrowed a drill press and a vise from my father, and I set up shop in my garage and I made my first 2 knives. I kind of had something unique. I found a product that, had sort of loosely been in the hobby world that hadn't really been in the knife world yet, and that's sort of that like crazy acrylic and wood combination they call mixed media, which can be bone and acrylic and all kinds of different things. And I thought to myself, if we applied this to a knife, how cool and different would that be? We were kind of on the forefront of that. I'm sure there's some other knife makers that have used it, but I didn't see anything out there in the mainstream that looked like that, had that feel and that vibe. So when I went with that, I brought the 2 knives to my friend Dan Bertarelli, who is at Bertarelli Cutlery on the Hill. I showed him the 2 knives, and he was like, "Whoa, those are awesome. Like, do you plan on doing other shapes?" And of course I said yes. He said, "Well, when you get some other shapes done, I'll take 10 of each." And I think at the time I committed to like 3 shapes, and so I was like, "Oh my God, I have to start making knives now." And so I went in my car and just I remember getting a little teary-eyed, thinking like, that can't be that easy. Like, I just now became a knife maker, so I'm gonna go, totally dissolve my other company, and I'm just gonna dive into this. And I went straight to my stepmom. I said, "Look, like, here's the deal. I need some help," and she really founded the company.
Well, NHB Knife Works started when our son, Nate Bonner, decided that he wanted to go into knife making full time. At the time, I was a lawyer, and he and I had always talked about going into business together. So we decided that this was going to be it. Well, what I do basically is all of the stuff that doesn't involve knife making, okay? All of the marketing, all of the PR, all of the outreach to the public. I sort of coordinate all that stuff. We're always striving to provide the public with something new and different.
A lot of the local people here in St. Louis that were using our first runs of knives, they're really the ones that helped this become a company. And I gotta say, one of the best things about being a knife maker is the feeling you get when you provide somebody with a tool that's not only functional, but a piece of art. That's exactly what they wanted. I love when I run into chefs and they say, "Hey man, I have your knife, I'd love it." We had Dinner Lab here not long ago, and one of the chefs showed up with 2 of our knives. It was awesome to actually see them in use and know that people love them and care about them and care for them as much as I do. I want us to get as big as we can, and I want us to continue to focus on doing more in-house. And that's always been sort of the goal, is to start bringing in the pieces. When you start knife making, there's so much expensive stuff that you need. And there's people out there that are, doing phenomenal work that you can always join up with. And that's sort of, how we got where we are right now. So the core of it is I love working with my family and my friends because, at the end of the day, we all know each other, we all love each other. It makes it a lot easier to communicate and get your point across with somebody you've spent most of your life with.